Yeah, and looking at radar that we have for us, it's dry here in town, but we got a lot of stuff to the west that's going to be moving through. Fortunately, things are going to be long gone as far as this system by the time we head into Friday, and cooling down quite a bit and bringing back more of that fall-like weather that many of us have been enjoying for the past few weeks now. So while it is not going to be feeling very fall-like or looking much like fall today with some of the weather that we're going to be experiencing, might be a little reminiscent of something of what we would be experiencing in the summer months, and that is the potential for some storms, some of which may be strong to severe later today. We've been talking about all morning long. But the main thing is things are starting off nice and dry for us. We do have some rain that's going to be moving through Illinois, Indiana, pushing out to the east. Probably not going to be seeing much storm development here in town until later this evening. But a few showers will be possible from about the mid-morning up into the early afternoon before we start to see things turn a little bit to where we could see some stronger storms form. But just talking about right now, it feels fantastic out there compared to some of the chilly mornings that we've been experiencing. Now, I know a lot of places are still into the 40s, low 40s in spots, but gaining a lot of ground thanks to some cloud coverage that's helped to keep things on the mild side. Also winds out of the south. And still, it depends where you're at, because if you're far to the east in southeastern Ohio, the clouds haven't yet really pushed over to help kind of put more of an insulated blanket over you, allowed those temperatures to fall into the low 40s in spots, 40 in Cambridge, 41 in Athens, but closer to home. Can't really beat it. 55 degrees here in Columbus. It's 52 over in London and Madison County, 58 in Kenton, 58 up in Bucyrus, 51 in Lancaster, a little bit cooler to the south, but still in the 50s in Chillicothe at 50 degrees, and Piketon sitting at 42. So a little bit of variety. If you're in the 40s, definitely and probably still want to have that light jacket, or maybe the lightest jacket that you have across town, because we're going to continue to see those temperatures hang out into the 50s through this morning. Not going to be falling into the 40s here in Columbus, but you can see how quickly things will be warming up for us today, despite what will be considered a mostly cloudy day. And then as we head into the evening, that's where we'll see the potential for some showers and storms fire up, and which is why we, again, have a weather alert for you today, because we're not only looking at a higher chance for precipitation today in more inconvenient weather, but more so the threat for storms and the threat for some severe weather. We're at the lowest end, marginal, which is, typically what we would see. But again, something we're not going to be looking at until later into the day. So something we want to make sure that you're fully aware of. It doesn't catch you off guard later into the day, because it's looking like this will be mainly into the late evening hours. We'll see the bulk of this come through. Now, for the rest of the morning, again, mostly cloudy, chance for a few showers. We'll see perhaps some brief heavy rain going into the early afternoon. Other than that, again, temperatures will continue to climb into the 70s for us. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Then after about 5, 6 o'clock, that's where we'll start to see some of these showers and storms start to form. Again, this is going to be the time frame where we'll see the highest potential for some severe weather going into the early part of the night. Essentially, Columbus, Central Ohio, Southern Ohio, our severe weather threat window is going to be from about 5 p.m. to 11 o'clock tonight. We'll continue to see perhaps some heavier showers and storms still linger far into southeastern Ohio. But behind this, as we head into the overnight, very good chance we're going to be dealing with just some brief rain that'll be moving through into the early part of the overnight, gradually moving out into the morning for us then on Thursday, where things will be pretty clear and chilly for us. And something you're not seeing represented on here is the fact that we are going to be looking at some breezy winds for the next 48 hours, and that's going to be associated with the system moving out, but kind of lingering a bit across parts of the Great Lakes, which is then going to be offering breezy winds on Friday, even going into Saturday, where, again, we're going to be talking about some weak rain chances coming our way. More clouds coming into the picture going into Saturday, and the potential for some rain. Not looking at really any severe weather implications out of this system. It'll be more so just kind of nuisance rain that'll be coming through during the afternoon and early part of the night on Saturday, potentially right now looking like it could linger into Sunday as well, but nothing that looks to be very widespread for us for right now. Something we'll keep a close eye on. But then you can see after the weekend, this front is going to be bringing in some much cooler air for us heading into next week. Highs likely only into the 40s for us on Tuesday here in town, and then looking like highs are going to be hanging out mainly into the 50s through all of next week. Angela.